We will see as many as 8 NFL first-round draft picks on the field tonight. So if you guys wanted a good football game, you're going to get it. But there's also a lot of focus on these two young quarterbacks. Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence, he is trying to become the first true starting freshman quarterback to win a title since 1985. We do know that Tua Tagovailoa won one as an Alabama freshman last year, but he came in as a backup. Your mom was behind me on the plane, and we talked about her Final Four runs. Yeah. What is it like to share that with her?
It's a blessing. It's amazing growing up.
We are in the Elite Eight. Tomorrow we find Auburn in a three-peat matchup with Kentucky. The last team that actually beat the Auburn Tigers was the Kentucky Wildcats. That was all the way back on February 23rd, a loss that these Auburn Tigers have carried with them. 80-53 was the final at Rupp Arena, and ever since then, the Tigers have strung together 11 straight wins. Now, we could talk extensively about this matchup, but there was a different story around this locker room today. Auburn star forward Chuma Okeke, as we know, went down in the second half of the ballgame against North Carolina last night. He had just recorded a double-double, was really playing out of his mind, and then he heard a pop in his knee. Today, it was confirmed by head coach Bruce Pearl, as well as the university, that it is a torn ACL, and Chuma will be out for the remainder of the tournament. He'll be staying here in Kansas City with the team, which I know they're very grateful for that, but he'll have surgery next week by Dr. James Andrews. Auburn basketball now has back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time since 1999-2000. The Tigers getting that crucial win over Mississippi State yesterday to keep on those dancing shoes and prove that they can still crank out those quality wins. You're an offensive guy. You've been an MVP before. Who do you think is going to be the MVP if Alabama wins tonight?
I think Josh Jacobs. I think he's one of those guys. He does a lot for us.
Well, so much of our attention on Alabama has been directed to their offense. How could you not talk about it? Video game numbers and more ways of creatively using their monster pieces on offense. It's a pretty easy conversation. Henry Ruggs said that you can't cover him in practice.
I cut him off every day. It's not even, the only time he beats me is when he sneaks up on me.
Okay.
And if you get him to tell the truth, he'll tell you that.
He said he talks a lot of trash too, but you do too.
That's true.
Even though this is unfamiliar territory for the Auburn Tigers, they seem really comfortable. This morning in practice, just to give you a little bit of perspective, heard one of the assistant coaches telling the guys, act like you've been here before. He said, I haven't, coach. They just kind of laugh with each other.
Those old Tar Heels sitting on top of the Midwest bracket. Our sports reporter Maria Martin joining us live from Kansas City. And Maria, this has gotten to the point where it has the makings of one of those great March Madness games.
Hey, John, yeah, it does. It's all we can talk about today. The stage is officially set for these Auburn Tigers in their first Sweet 16 appearance since 2003. A lot of people would say that the Auburn Tigers are the hottest team in the entire country right now, and they really do make a case for that. They're 9-0 in the month of March for the first time in program history, which of course means they're playing their best basketball right now. Coach, after that initial touchdown, things didn't really go your way, then you get the pick at the end. What do you want to see change in the second half?
No, we just got to do a really good job of just taking care of the football.
Bottom of the first, one on, and Bama down by one. Bailey Hemphill yanking one deep to left. That'll kiss the pole and say bye to the softball. The Tide goes up 3-2. Now bottom of the second, bags are loaded. Reagan Dykes at the dish. She's going to blast this one deep to left, and hasta la vista softball, a grand slam, 5 home runs by 5 different players today, and the Tide staying undefeated on the year, also sweeping Missouri, 11-5 your final. Now, a lot of special treatment comes with being here in the Final Four, very unfamiliar territory for these Auburn Tigers. They had barbers cutting their hair, arcade games in the locker room. They also got some very special love from someone that knows a thing or two about winning basketball games. 6-time NBA All-Star and Golden State Warriors point guard Steph Curry sent the team a video yesterday. All right, you can't spell skilled without the letters D and K, and skilled is one of the many adjectives we are going to use to describe the freak of nature that is DK Metcalf. Plenty of guys showed out over the weekend, but this former Ole Miss wideout, he stole the show. The dude posted a 4.3 40 at 6'3", 228 pounds. How much does this mean to win this for Chuma today?
A lot, man. You know, when he walked in, it seemed like everybody just gained a boost. And, you know, once we saw him walk in, you know, we just knew we had to step it up a little bit more.
Alabama's 16th appearance in the NIT was anything but sweet tonight. It seems as though the Ides of March have already hit the Crimson Tide as they got beat by Norfolk State 80-79 in overtime. You're a senior on this basketball team. What does this mean to you to be in the Sweet 16 with the team and be undefeated in March for the first time in Auburn history?
I mean, it feels good. You know, we're making history at Auburn, you know, trying to turn the program around. We want to show the growth that the program has made. made. So just being here is a sweet feeling, but we're still hungry, you know. We still have a chip on our shoulder. But first, I want to thank God for being in this position that we're in today, because without him, we wouldn't be here.
Like, you guys exude confidence every time you hit the floor. Where does that come from?
Hard work, you know. We wouldn't work hard, we wouldn't have no confidence. As long as you have confidence, you show you're working hard. You know, just what this whole season has done for us, you know, what it's paid off in the gym.
Something that you don't talk about very much, you're a dad. Is it more motivation for your son to do well here in March at March Madness?
Yes, of course it is, because I could be at home raising him, but instead I'm out here playing basketball, trying to make a life for me and my son. You know, obviously it's bigger than basketball for me, because I got a little Spencer I got to take care of every time I go back home. So being able to show my son, like, this is what I did at my time in college, you know, well, I'm going to get a degree, and I got championships.
A lot of kids wouldn't have been as tough as him and would have folded, and I mean, would have let that just, you know, define their life. But he's the complete opposite of that. I mean, he's awesome.
Tyler Abbott is a lot like most high school football players. Driven, busy, and hardworking.
Tough, hard-nosed. I mean, just typical old school, just I'm going to bring my lunch pail to work and get after it.
But one thing separates him from the rest.
Yeah, good kid.
When Tyler was in the 8th grade, he was involved in a tractor accident that changed his life forever.
Me and my grandpa was going to get ready for hunting season, and we was pushing on some brush, and there was a tree back behind it. When we released the tree, and it come up over the cab, and after that I don't remember nothing. And I guess the tree smashed my arm. After that, I just remember walking through the woods, and my daddy picked me up and put his belt around my arm and put me in the truck. There they called a helicopter in from Children's, and I remember getting flown to the hospital, and then I don't remember nothing else.
I just kept thinking back of, God, please don't let me lose him, because I've only had him for 14 years. Don't let me lose him.
He not only survived, he dominated. Every Friday night, he's the Red Devils' starting cornerback.
Yeah, Tyler.
Learning how to tackle was probably my biggest challenge, and keeping my balance. I wanted to get after it and learn how to do it all over again, because I just love playing sports.
What he can do one-handed is better than what most of us can do with two.
He will hit you, and he's tough, and he is anything you ask him to do, yes or no, sir, and he gets it done.
What Tyler really wanted to accomplish? To turn something tragic into something inspirational.
It's inspirational, just thinking that he's went through so much and everything else, that all of us, we don't know what he's truly been through mentally and everything else, that the way he acts, the way he carries himself is just like nothing ever happened.
People shouldn't feel sorry for me, I don't think. Take it easy. I don't like people to take it easy on me. They would play me like they would play anybody else.
Training in preparation for the NFL is no joke.
Right now we're doing two-a-days. He gets a morning session. He's on a diet, cardio.
This is a one-time opportunity. Like, you don't get these often.
For former Alabama linebacker Mack Wilson, it's all work and no play before the combine. So I decided to join him. This is just going to be me attempt to not die, is the goal.
That is great. That's perfect. That's perfect.
After I thought the warm-up was the workout, I knew I was in trouble.
Get out of there.
Oh. We worked on things from explosiveness to everything that will make him better at the combine. He makes it look so easy. He makes it look so easy.
You better make it look easy. You're going to be a fresh athlete. Oh, that's good. Now you got to hold it. That's good. Yeah! Shit, run fish.
That's right. Combine, here I come. Okay, maybe not for me, but Mac is going to the combine at the end of this month to prove he's worthy of his predicted first-round position.
Some people may think I'm slow. Some people may think I can't move in space well. So it's a lot of things that I feel like I got to prove, and I'm going to show.
And a skill that pops out to NFL scouts, his ball skills.
Mac can rush the passer, Mac can play the run, Mac can cover, Mac can play special teams. I mean, kid can play it anywhere.
His coverage ability also makes him eye-popping on film and very desirable for any of the 32 teams.
I gotta get a physical, linebacker, smart, can do whatever. With me being so young as I approach the NFL, the older guys that's there, I still want them to know that I'm about business. I want them to know, like, yeah, this rook coming in, he ready to play, he ready to take somebody's spot, stuff like that. So I'm just going to be ready to contribute any way as possible.
Through it all, one thing above all else motivates Mack Wilson.
With my mom being a single mom, just thinking about how hard it was for her. You know, we'll never have to go back with me moving forward in life. So I want to really be able to take care of my mom because she's been through a lot, and I feel like she deserves it.
Up next for Mack, the NFL Combine in Indianapolis starting February 26th. Maria Martin, WSFA 12 Sports. Best of luck to our friend Mack Wilson. We'll keep you updated along the way.